Expedition 33 is a game that is inescapable these days. Even before it got a multitude of accolades from the Game Awards, it was a mainstay of gaming discussions. So the fact we got a free DLC during the aforementioned award show was flawless timing on Sandfall's part. Now, this is normally the part of the video where a standard YouTuber would call the DLC the second coming of insert deity here. But really, I just want to talk about why I enjoyed this edition on its own merits. No clickbaity superlatives in the script, no overreactions, just a brief opinion piece. I started playing Expedition in June of this year, and got the platinum for it at the beginning of July, meaning that it's been 5 months since my last brush with Lumiere and its surrounding inhabitants. I obviously wrote some scripts in the meantime, but that was it. And the reason I bring this up is due to the nature of the DLC's additions. This isn't a side campaign to get new players into the game, this is meant for established players to keep experimenting with the game's mechanics at an even higher skill level. So you'll quickly realize why getting into this endeavor a bit rusty could pose a risk. Thankfully, my endgame build was a great fit for Verso's drafts. Non-chromatic enemies could be dealt with quickly, if necessary, making the period of remembering basic mechanics and on-screen tells for parries a comfortable passage of time. The actual level introduced feels like something out of the PlayStation 2 era of games, at least design-wise. You have an interconnected area with more collectibles than in any other part of the game, ranging from brand new Pictos, to weapons, to a bunch of cool cosmetics, and the activities you can partake in feel like a natural progression from the base game, made to entice those who already knew every nook and cranny of the game and simply wanted more of it. There's no trophies tied to any of this, so the only reason for you to invest your time here is for personal enjoyment. And by nature of the patch launching on the same day for everyone, meaning it won't be coupled with guides that spoil everything unless you go on a social media blackout, it means everyone is setting forth on their own special journey, at least for the first day of the patch. You have a little bit of everything here, so here's just a few of my personal favorite moments. There's unique gestural fights, like the one where you can only beat your opponent by popping enough balloons in a turn, or else they will heal to full, or the fight where you need to jump on the seesaw to complete the encounter. It reminds me of the section with Sophie in the prologue, and how it makes you approach a quote-unquote fight through unconventional means. There's a puzzle taking inspiration from the iconic "Wee Woo" line, where you balance the number of "wee" SKAs with the "woo" SKAs, and you even have absurd platforming sections reminiscent of the Gestural Beaches. All of this made me feel like a kid in a candy shop while playing through the DLC, which is pretty ironic considering the level design and general art direction. There's so many things vying for your attention, and before you know it, it will feel like no time has passed since you last played Expedition 33. While the color palette of the level may technically feel at odds with the rest of the game at first, once you remember the lore behind it, Verso's drafts end up as a conceptually seamless fit for the rest of Expedition's world. And for a game as compelling as this one, that's probably the best praise that I can give it. As for the secret boss of the drafts, ho ho ho, Sandfall really struck gold. If you were one-shotting everything before this point, and were worried that the DLC's challenge would be non-existent because of it, fret not, SKA's cousin Oskio will bring you back to Earth. Remember how the base game's secret boss had this nifty little move where he ejected your party from the canvas? Yeah, that's cute. Anyway, Oskio can destroy the entire world. No, I'm not joking. For someone who's almost the spitting image of the strongest being in this world, it makes perfect sense to add a move like this in. And the interactions surrounding this fight had me smiling throughout my playtime. I didn't realize how much I missed these characters until I saw them back together with their usual hijinks. Now, since I was going into this playthrough blind, I didn't know until I started typing this very sentence that there was another prominent addition to the game outside of Verso's drafts. Now, let's see what future me has to say about these oddities. No, definitivno mogło poczekać. So yeah, we got 4 new bosses in the Endless Tower, and I'm currently in the process of remembering their attack patterns, so I'll leave my commentary on this fight at that for the time. I know that there's technically ways of one-shotting everything in this game, but part of the fun is the trial and error, so I'll likely go over these additions in more detail once I get to do a massive retrospective on this game. In short, are the bosses over the top? Yes, and that's the point, and I'm very much thankful for this addition, even though I'm still dying to it as we speak. As for the last few notes on the DLC, well, the OST is brilliant, as you'd imagine. Oskio's theme sounds like something straight out of Yakuza's Ichiban saga, and it sounds way better in-game than it has any right to. The End in Me is a glorious fight theme that reminds me of the type of compositions that would follow Shakespearean bouts or somber vampiric conflicts of the Castlevania variety. The remaining tracks have this perfect blend of ambiental adequacy and earworm potential, as exemplified by how this EP has been on repeat on my phone since Saturday. Oh, and this specific track, which I don't dare try to pronounce, has some really subtle leitmotifs tied to Verso's own theme from the main OST, which I very much welcome. So clearly, I've been quite positive over this DLC overall. And while this would normally be the point in the video where I'd lay out some minor negatives, this time there generally aren't any. This whole patch was just a sincere thank you made by people who loved Expedition for people who loved Expedition. And the fact something this fun was given away for free in a time where gaming nickel and dimes you for even a basic costume change, I think this entire release is just a bowl of positivity we all need and could learn from. So yeah, if by some chance you haven't played Expedition yet, due to the nature of the discourse surrounding it online, take it from me, give it a shot if you find the time. The reason I wound up playing it months ago wasn't due to the overwhelming critical acclaim, cause frankly, I'm fairly skeptical when it comes to seeing games with this much praise from journalists. Instead, I wound up playing it because Ben Starr was involved, and because I'd finally started enjoying turn-based RPGs a while back. It's as simple as that. So please, don't let positive or negative comments surrounding this game shape your perception of it. The game really speaks for itself, and that's all that should ultimately matter. Anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little ramble session. Let me know what you thought about the DLC, and if there are any specific topics you would like me to cover, either Yakuza-wise or Expedition-wise. So, until next time, take care of yourselves, and have a great day. Cheers!